what's going on, you cool cats and kittens? Oh man. Oh, welcome back to more reactions. My name is Jeff. Um so all week, all weekend, especially this past weekend, all the talk on social media, because we all locked in the house. So all we got is our phones and tablets and computers and whatever else we have to connect us to each other via internet and social media. The talk of everything has been Tiger King on Netflix. And I'm looking at the memes. I haven't seen it obviously, so I'm looking at the memes and like that could be funny if I knew what it meant. And I was telling myself like I'm not going to subject myself to that. At times I already feel like I am the modern day Homer Simpson where I'm getting dumber every day. Like every day. And I figured that would accelerate the process. So I was like, I'm not gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it. And then you guys just kept on. I felt left out, not gonna lie. So I'm like, you know what? Let me go ahead and push play and see what all the jokes are about, you know, because I like jokes. I have a t-shirt line, maybe I can make some shirts off of this. We'll see. But yeah, I tell you what got me. There was a Facebook post and there was an article, and they actually showed up at one of the malls one of the local malls here in the city, and they were actually at the mall where I actually worked right across the street from that mall at the time. So once I saw that, I'm like, all right, man, let me go ahead and see, because that hit a little too close to home. I'm like, I need to know what's going on in the city. It's like a completely different world, man, that I had no idea really existed. That's pretty much what I got from it. I learned just how manipulative people can be. I learned how just how willing a lot of people are willing to be manipulated. That show was crazy. It was entertaining. Once I got to episode 3, I was hooked. I couldn't push stop. Like the first 2 episodes were cool and I enjoyed it. I mean, the first 15, if you see my post on Instagram, I mean, the first 15 minutes, I'm like, wait, what? Did she? So, yeah, it was different. I was entertained. It's crazy. What we're about to watch right now is, what is this? The top 10 things, the top 10 most shocking moments from Netflix, Tiger King. And this is from watchmojo.com. So there were more than 10 moments in this show. I can tell you that right now. It's funny. It's actually there's like a March Madness tourney bracket of all the wild moments that happened on the show to lead up to what was the best moment. And they actually left off. What was funny is they actually left off a very, very key moment that got me. That one of the moments that actually got me hooked. And I'm shocked that got left off, because that kind of explains almost everything. And I'll talk about that at the end of the video. So anyway, let's get to it. See what they're talking about.
Hey all you cool cats and kittens, it's Carol from Big Cat Rescue. I am about to go live on the Dodo Impact.
Carol,
the plot twists just keep on coming. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most shocking Tiger King moments. For this list, we're looking at some of the most unbelievable and jaw-dropping moments and revelations from the true crime documentary series Tiger King, Murder,
man.
Mayhem, and Madness.
And I asked him every day, I said, why me? And he said, because God put me here to make you smile, and that's my job.
Please note, this video will contain major spoilers. So
Major
if you haven't
spoilers.
watched this explosive series yet, go
Spoiler
binge watch
video.
it and come
If y'all
back.
ain't seen it, don't watch this yet. Watch it
If
after
ever I
you
would
watch the
leave
documentary.
you,
Then come back and
it
watch the
couldn't be
video.
in springtime.
With me, and we gonna get weak as a family.
Seeing you in springtime, I never could go.
I'm all for loving husbands. I am a loving husband. That motherfucker.
Number
right there
10,
is simple.
Jeff steals the zoo.
Everybody was loyal to Joe when we got here. And I think they kind of were skeptical that these two people were going to come in here and make things better.
Just as everything
He's
appears to be
scared.
falling apart for GW Zoo owner Joe Exotic, a would-be savior descends from on high, seemingly poised to save the day. Jeff Lowe presents as a successful businessman with a love for big cats, and considering his larger-than-life fashion sense, unflappable confidence, take-no-prisoners attitude, and willingness to throw money around, he appeals to Joe in a major way. For fear of
Because
losing
he's
the park
broke.
to his ongoing legal battle with Carol Baskin, Joe transfers ownership of the zoo to Jeff Lowe, but it doesn't take long for the latter to show his true colors.
Jeff conned everyone because he's jealous. He's a little man and he's bald.
In the ultimate power move, Lowe, who many have
That
described
pizza.
as the ultimate
That
con man,
pizza, that's
turns on Joe
nasty.
and boots him from the zoo he built.
Oh, we gonna talk
Joe
about all
is the
this.
entertainment director by title. Even though Jeff was the owner of the park, Joe was the star of the show.
I made it.
Jeff was the star of his show. So which one was gonna rule this world?
Number 9, everything about Doc Antle.
Here I am long ago on The Late Show with David Letterman. I've got my big panther there, Shadow. Jay brought us out into the forefront of people. He got to meet my animals like no one else had ever done.
Though Joe Exotic is
Doc
the
is
starring attraction,
wild,
Tiger
bruh.
King introduces a number of major players in the world of big cats. In the first episode, we meet Doc Antle, who Joe describes as having had a major influence on him.
So I'm Dr. Bhagavan Antle. B-H-A-G-A-V-A-N,
Spell his name
Antle,
out.
A-N-T-L-E, Dr. Bhagavan Antle.
With his success in the movie industry and more polished zoo, Antle initially comes off as eccentric but generally more reputable. Then in episode 2, Cult of Personality, the curtain is pulled back.
You know, we lived in these terrible horse stalls, basically, like with sliding doors with bars on them. It's full of cockroaches. I mean, everywhere.
Doc Antle is revealed to essentially have a harem of wives and runs his zoo in a way not dissimilar to that of cult leaders,
Yeah.
complete with emotional and psychological manipulation. Later, others go so far as to accuse him of secretly euthanizing tigers after they grow beyond the profitable cub phase. Number 8, murder plot.
He
Do I
told
believe that
Shorty,
Joe had a conversation
hey,
with someone
she
and
gonna
said,
drop
man,
this
I wish
baby,
Carol
we
was
be
dead?
right back
Absolutely.
in the gym.
He said it 100 times.
From the
ASAP.
very beginning of the series, we're told that this narrative is going to involve a murder plot. But with so much craziness going on in the world of Joe Exotic, it's easy to forget that that's where the story is headed. Of course, Joe's incessant violent threats towards Carol Baskin do help lay the groundwork for the murder for hire.
When I do become psychotic, that's my going to Tampa gun.
Across episodes 6 and 7, we learn the details of how Joe allegedly hired handyman Alan Glover to kill Carol Baskin. According to Glover, Jeff Lowe and James Garrettson, who shockingly became an FBI informant, there were detailed discussions as to how and where to do the crime.
And this guy starts coming toward me. The whole time he's approaching me, I'm thinking, at what point is he close enough that I should just turn this gas nozzle into his face?
The price? According to Glover, they agreed on $5,000, but Joe only gave him $3,000.
Yeah, he gave me $3,000. He was supposed to get $5,000, but he only got $3,000.
Number 7, it's not over. Ongoing FBI investigation.
What started out as this feud between two people, good and noble fight to stop cub selling, cub petting, turned into a personal and legal court battle.
Considering Joe's style of dress, the haircuts of the people he surrounds himself with, and the quality of life portrayed in the series, it's easy to forget that all this happened fairly recently. And as we're reminded by the end titles in the last episode, this story is far from finished. Joe might be in jail, but there are still a lot of legal issues to be unraveled. One of the biggest end credits reveals is that Doc Antle's zoo was raided in 2019. Though not mentioned in the series, Tim Stark's Wildlife in Need, located in Indiana, is the subject of a pending lawsuit. And with more captive tigers in the United States than globally in the wild,
That's
the
insane.
big cat debate is very much ongoing.
That's
Did I do it
insane,
on
bro.
purpose? No, I was wrapped up in having a zoo.
You people.
Number
crazy.
6, Joe runs for office.
Political condoms. Vote for me or you need this because you're screwed.
Just when you think that Joe Exotic's life, and by extension this series, can't get any crazier, he gets into politics. By this point in time, he's already struggling to keep his zoo running under the crushing weight of his legal battles with Carol Baskin. Nonetheless, he announces his intention to run for president. Then, saying that he can't wait that long, he instead decides to run for governor, and actually follows through. His quest for office is a complete mess, largely because of Joe himself. His campaign manager is easily among the show's most sympathetic figures.
He had no idea what a libertarian
He was like the only one.
He still has no idea what a libertarian is.
Despite the odds, Joe actually winds up third in the polls, but the campaign ultimately only serves to hasten his financial ruin.
His governor campaign, I think that's where he kind of lost his path as far as what was the priority.
Number 5, staff member's arm.
My biggest thing, and it was derived from Joseph, he said, our mission is to give these animals a fighting chance.
In the first episode of the series, we meet Kelsey Safri, who is without a doubt
And
among
she sounds
Joe's
so
most loyal
credible. She
employees.
talks, I'm like,
Even
shit.
after everything that's happened, she's generally kind when talking about Joe. And considering she lost her arm working for him, that is saying a lot. From the very beginning, it's clear that Joe's zoo isn't overly concerned with safety protocols. Few of the employees seem to have experience or formal training. And in episode 2, we learn that, sure enough, Kelsey lost her arm to a tiger attack. The fact that there's actually footage of the immediate aftermath is shocking enough, but even harder to wrap your mind around is the fact that Kelsey was back at work within days.
7 days.
Completely gone. We do not have time to wait.
Number 4, Joe's guilty verdict.
They strip you butt naked, put you in a 6 by 8 foot concrete room with no windows, no blankets, no nothing.
Considering everything Joe does and is alleged to have done throughout the series, it's perhaps not so hard to believe that he wound up being sentenced to 22 years in prison. Given his age, this is essentially a life sentence. Then again, Joe's lifestyle makes it seem like he lived in his own personal Wild West. He's always blowing stuff up, making death threats, and operating in gray areas when it comes to his animals. As such, despite it being an inevitability, it's simultaneously hard to fathom that he actually went down. His phone calls from prison are especially hard to listen to, as he genuinely seems to think he can get out and start over.
You know what they threatened me with? 79 years.
Number 3, the studio and gator pit fire.
We're offering a $10,000 reward for information leading to the arrest and the conviction of either this suspect
Like
or the
you,
people
like who
that were
makes a
involved.
promo like that?
Every time you think this docuseries cannot possibly get any crazier, some new curveball is thrown our way. About halfway through episode 4, tragedy strikes the GW Zoo when a massive fire occurs on the property, consuming both Joe's studio and the alligator pit. It becomes immediately clear that this was an
he
act of
sounds
arson.
so guilty
That building
in
where
doing
the
that.
alligators
Like,
were
it
kept,
looks guilty
as
in doing
well
that.
as a studio that Joe had. It was clearly an arson. It was a set fire.
And Joe is quick to point the finger at Carol Baskin and or, quote, animal rights people. The alligators were killed in the fire. Joe is no longer able to film his web series, and producer Rick Kirkham loses all the footage he put together for his reality show. The biggest shocker, though? A video and various testimonials that heavily imply that Joe himself may have been behind the fire.
After the studio burned, whether he destroyed it or not, it was gone.
Number 2, Carol's husband's disappearance.
My understanding was that he was...
This is number 2?
In the first 2 episodes of the series,
This
a
is number 2?
dichotomy
Who's
is set
number
up
1?
between Joe Exotic and Carol Baskin. They sit on opposite ends of the big cat debate, and while they're both undeniably eccentric, Carol comes across as the more altruistic and good-intentioned of the two. Then episode 3 starts, and we get an entirely different side of Carol. The whole episode is dedicated to the story of Carol and the disappearance of her previous husband, millionaire Don Lewis. The latter had tried to file a restraining order against her just months prior to his suspicious disappearance. The inclusion of the word disappearance in his will is also considered highly suspect, prompting many to suspect Carol of foul play.
That was not on the list. The word
sales of
disappearance
for them to speculate
instead
that I
of
fed
death
him to the
is
tigers, which is
crazy.
crazy.
That's
Before
insane.
we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the
How
option
she's
to
not
be
in jail
notified
right
for
now,
occasional
I
videos
do,
or all
like,
of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, Travis's death.
Neither Travis nor John Finley were gay. And Joe admitted that to me.
Episode 5 of this series, Make America Exotic Again, is without a doubt the most shocking of the bunch. Simultaneously to Joe's political campaign, we learn about the nature of his relationship with his two husbands, John and Travis. According to multiple testimonies, his behavior was predatory and possessive. He controlled them with gifts, money, and drugs. John eventually leaves Joe for a woman, and Travis accidentally shoots himself. We don't see it happen, but we do see campaign manager Joshua Dial react to Travis's death off camera. The footage is hard to process and extremely upsetting. Adding to the insanity of this tragedy, Joe finds himself a new young partner and is married again within 2 months of Travis's death.
He married Dylan. Invited me to the wedding. Okay, I thought it was gonna be a wedding, No, it was the cameraman, me, and the flower girl.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.
Man, that show's crazy. Listen, yeah, that was crazy with Travis. He was basically just playing with the gun, and yeah, don't play with guns, kids. Like, it's not really worth the excitement or the proving somebody wrong or yourself right. It's just don't play with guns, Oh, that show's wild. But yeah, like they said she fed her former husband to the tigers, bro. Like, and I saw that meme, and I didn't know if that was, yeah, I didn't know what to think of it. So then I watched this, and I'm like, wow, I think she actually fed her husband to the tigers. Dude was trying to get up out of the relationship. I mean, she got all the money. Like, the way everything just played out was like, wow, it looks like she had to obviously gotten help. So that's like, if they talking about reopening this case, I saw something online which may or may not be true, that this docuseries then got people wanting to reopen the cold case or follow up on it or whatever, whatever the legal term is. You gotta go after who helped her, because it's not something she could have done alone. Wow, this is crazy. So yeah, there's a lot. Obviously, all the spoilers are in it, but even with that, even if you haven't seen this and you for some reason watch this entire video without seeing it, watch it. Just watch how everything plays out, man. It's insane that this is real life for some people. Like, there's so much money involved, and there was so many celebrities that visited these places. It's insane, man. It's insane. But it made yesterday somewhat entertaining, because I know everybody's tired of being in the house, quarantined up. Well, I would say some people are in the house. Some of y'all are outside too much, man. Like, look, listen, I get it. Go outside, get the fresh air. Social distancing. If you're in the park and there's nobody with you, cool. But y'all be out here playing Killer Man. Like, you can't do that, man. Like, y'all out here running full 5-on-5 hoop. Like, full court hoop. You can't do that, man. Like, there's no quarantine parties that should be happening. You're supposed to be with the same group of people. That's what quarantine means. Like, we're trying to get up out of here for the summer, y'all. We don't want to be stuck in the house all summer. So let's just do what they're asking. I'm into the conspiracies as much as anybody. Let's just do what they're asking so we can get back to normal life, get back to getting these bags, get back to these careers, get back to getting in shape. Because I don't know about y'all, but I struggle working out at home. I hate it here. I love my house. I hate it here when it comes to trying to do that. Okay? So, off my soapbox, not trying to be preachy. I'm just saying, like, let's just do what we need to do so we can get back out here. I'm gonna try to upload some, more videos, be a little more consistent, because I know everybody's running out of stuff to watch. So hopefully you'll watch me, watch these videos, and we watch these videos together as a family. Watch these videos together. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the documentary if you've seen it. Docu-series, where, however you want to describe it. The fact that it was in my city, man. The fact that it was like, yeah, that's crazy. That's just crazy. That's just crazy. Anyway, stay safe, good hygiene, social distancing, washing hands, all that good stuff. Try to eat some veggies, because, we in the house a lot more now. Try to stay healthy, work on that project that you've been holding off on if you got more free time now. Reconnect with friends and family via phone and social media. That's it. Love y'all. Stay safe. Talk to you later. Peace.